Alright, so welcome to my Max Payne 3 review for the Xbox 360, and as always, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the game before we get started. So, here's what it says. For Max Payne, the tragedies that took his loved ones years ago are wounds that refuse to heal. No longer a cop, close to washed up and addicted to painkillers, Max takes a job in Sao Paulo, Brazil, protecting the family of a wealthy real estate mogul, Rodrigo Branco, in an effort to finally escape his troubled past. But as events spiral out of his control, Max Payne finds himself alone on the streets of an unfamiliar city, desperately searching for the truth and fighting for a way out. So that's basically sort of the surface of what's kind of going on in this game right here. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is the story and of course the writing. As always in every Rockstar game, the writing is superb. It's some of the best writing you're gonna see in a video game anywhere. It's always has a cinematic sort of feel to it, and I actually found myself sort of getting lost in the dialogue, especially the very first part of the game. I felt like the writing was actually better towards the first little half than the second half. Though the second half is actually, it stays great. It's really great. I think in that first half, the dialogue they give Max it's just really, there's really nowhere to describe it really. It's that kind of dialogue you kind of get lost in, if you know what I mean. It's something that you would see in like a, I guess you could say, like a top-notch film, I guess. And for the writing alone and story, this game is worth a playthrough at least once, maybe even twice. It's a game I'd actually would mind going back and replaying just for the story. So overall, I give the story and writing a 5 out of 5. Okay, so on to the graphics. The graphics, they look pretty damn good. I think this game was supposed to come out like in 2009 or 2010 or something like that. It just kept on getting pushed back. But my problem with the graphics, it mostly lies in the cutscenes, because when the characters move, they just have, and this is kind of like a thing with most Rockstar games, because they use the I forgot what it's called. It's a type of engine that they use. Regardless, they always have that weird kind of thing kind of going on where they try to put like some life into it, but it just kind of looks a little robotic and it looks a little fake and awkward. But it really shows in this game more, I think, than any. And maybe it's because it's been a while since I've played like Red Dead or GTA 4, or at least I've seen the cutscenes or anything like that. But I did notice it more in this game, I think, than I did in any other. It's not a bad thing. It's just a thing I think that's just worth noting. But overall, the graphics, they look pretty good. I give them a 4 out of 5. Okay, so now it's time for the most important part to a video game. How is the gameplay? Well, this is where I have the most problems with. The gameplay, for the most part, it's excellent. It's great. But the problems I have with it. Okay, here's one of them. One of them is I feel like the game, as soon as you hit the second half of the game, it's like overload. I think sometimes there's too many enemies kind of coming out from, you go into a room, enemies come out. You go into another room, enemies come out. You go into another room, enemies come out. It's just, they throw so much at you, and it's like, okay, it's like, I just need a break here. However, that's not what affects my score. What does affect my score is that the game is repetitive, considering that you do the same thing over and over. You basically, you walk into a room, take cover, shoot, run, take cover, shoot, run, try to find some pills to heal you, and just repeat. And there's only 3 times in the game that you're actually doing something different, where, well, instead of taking cover and sitting somewhere, you're on a vehicle shooting, protecting the vehicle. And there's only, like I said, only 3 times in the game that happens. And to be quite frankly, it's not that all that exciting. And so, I mean, just know the game is slightly repetitive, and that's really one of the main problems I have with it. The biggest problem I have with the gameplay is that it is buggy. And what I mean is, okay, the game does not give you regenerating health, which I think that's okay. I'm fine with that. But the problem is, you have to take pills, regenerate, to replenish your health and all that. Well, what happens is that if you don't take one of the pills, the game will automatically throw you into this mode called bullet time, which slows down everything and so it'll be easier, I guess, for you to take a shot and kill one of the enemies. Well, what I mean, and the reason why it throws you into bullet time is that you're about to die, you're getting shot at, throws you into it. What you have to do to stay alive is to kill one of the enemies, and it's one shot kill, which is awesome. However, the big problem I have with it is that sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes it will throw you into the mode. Max will be magically, just throwing his arms everywhere, and you can't get the cursor to stay still long enough to even get a shot in. And the biggest problem, the part where this comes in, uh, is that he's flinging his arms around, and he's aiming to the back of him when he should be aiming forward, and it's like, what the fuck? And I can't do anything about it. So you basically have to sit there for like 5 or 8 seconds, however long it is, and watch him die and fall to the ground, and you're basically screaming at the TV saying, oh fuck, 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 and you're dead. And you have to do the whole thing over again until, well, it's wherever the last checkpoint, I guess, was last saved or whatever. So you have to do the whole thing over again, and it does become a problem. It's not a huge problem in the first half of the game, but I did experience that a lot in the second half. So overall, I give the gameplay a 3.5 out of 5. And if it was not for the bugginess, I would have probably given it like a 4 or something. So just know that those can be some major problems. Okay, so I'm going to briefly talk about the multiplayer. The multiplayer, it's what's pretty cool is that it gives you two modes. You can either pick free aim or auto aim. I pick free aim. Free aim I'm actually surprisingly better at, and I don't die as nearly as much. So anyway, the multiplayer, if you've ever played like something like Uncharted 2 or something like that, the gameplay is very similar. The only difference is that you can use bullet time, which like in Red Dead slows down everything, which is pretty cool. And what that might sound like as some kind of like a horrible crutch, it's not. It's actually used it's actually not used a whole lot. And when it is used, it's not a problem because it slows down everything. It actually, it makes it easier for the person that actually initiated the bullet time, and it also makes it easier for you, which is pretty cool. So it's a nice little balance there. So overall, the multiplayer, it's like every other team deathmatch. You do stuff that's like capture the flag, stuff like that. I'm not actually certain that there's a mode called capture the flag. I don't really dig too deep in the multiplayer. All I know is there are modes that are similar to capture the flag. Anyway, overall, I'm going to give the multiplayer a 4 out of 5. It can be a lot of fun. Okay, so overall, what do I give Max Payne 3? Well, considering everything, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And I think it's well worth the $60. There's definitely some replayability with the single player, considering how great the story is. And there's multiplayer, so there you go. And that's really it, and thanks for watching.